Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. This is going to be my short and snappy breakdown of all the most important aspects of the new Gorod Krovi trailer that Treyarch have just released. I'll be posting a hyper-detailed breakdown later on, but for now, the most important stuff. We start off with Treyarch's take on the Barmali Fountain, this statue of children, and we then see that this area is called Belinsky Square. In the background, you can see one of the very familiar giant robots, except this time, it's a Russian version. It's not the original German Group 935 version that we saw in Origins. We then see this power switch location, which is the same area that Treyarch showed us in a screenshot before they released the trailer. Things to note here are the suspected top-down view of the map in the top right, and seemingly the traversal routes that you're going to be able to take with whatever the transport system in the map is going to be, potentially riding the dragon, indicated by the dotted lines on there. And you can also see this big machine in the middle, which no doubt is going to have some special significance just because of the way that damn thing looks. Leave your theories about what it's for in the comments down below. This shot here is really weird because it looks like one of the Origins staves is sticking out of the building in front of Nikolai, but that just doesn't really make sense because why would there be an Origins staff embedded in the building sticking up into the air like that? Very mysterious, but it's interesting to note the visual similarity. Who knows? Maybe Treyarch has something crazy planned with those staves and they're going to be littered around the map somehow. Moving on, we see this lion statue here. Maybe that indicates Monty's significance? Maybe. These boards that slide down here are really interesting as well because maybe this is going to be a new take on the rebuildable barriers that we've been so used to ever since World at War. Quite possible. Here we see a player mowing down zombies with this mounted machine gun, which is super cool, and we also get our first look at the new Sickle boss-type zombies as well. Boom! Title screen. As the players run past here, on the wall you can see a trap switch, and there are actually several of these throughout the trailer, always super nice when Treyarch decide to include them. We then get a really obvious shot of the fact that zombies in this map have red eyes. Now, I'll be posting a separate theory video explaining exactly why that is, but in summary, my assumption is that we are in a different universe now, an alternate universe to the one in which we previously inhabited for Zetsubou and Horizon and the Giant and all of that stuff. We then see a pair of skeletal zombies here. These guys look absolutely brutal. Electricity flowing through them, look rather nasty, and they've got blue eyes. Like I said, separate video talking about why that is the case. We're then reminded that Gobblegum does indeed still exist. It's in the map, just like you expected it to be. And then we see the dragon. Well, one of them, because there are several, okay? So we see a dragon, it starts burning all of these zombies that are running towards the player here. And as this zooms in, we actually get a very quick shot of this little, well, I mean, maybe it's a map of the playable area, maybe it's something slightly different. It's inside the trench, and we actually see that a couple of times in the trailer itself, so an interesting thing to point out. Moving forwards, we see the Sickle boss type thing again, and it's clearly got some kind of charge shot on its right hand and then the sickle itself on its left, so I'm assuming it's going to be wandering around trying to swipe at the player with its sickle, and then every now and then it'll fire a big charged burst or beam or something out of its right hand, as we're seeing here. We're then introduced to the new parasite type things that Group 935 have engineered. These are essentially gonna, I guess, act as the robotic versions of the parasites from Shadows of Evil, except, well, they look like they might be a fair bit more annoying. They barrel roll all over the place and look like a bit of a nuisance. Then we see the shield in this map, and it's completely dragon-themed. It looks absolutely awesome. There's some kind of green sort of burst attack that you can do with it, and you can also charge, as always, of course. We then see that the Wunderfizz machine is returning, which is really cool. It's on the left there, and on the right, or rather in the player's hands, or on the player's hands, we can see the specialist ability of this map, and it's going to be a kind of dive punch thing. Obviously, it's taken straight out of the multiplayer, so not really any surprises there as to what it does, but it certainly looks very cool, and we also get a very quick look at the speed color machine there as well. Here we see a flipper. Yep, you heard me correctly. There's a thing that flips zombies, massive trample steam essentially, looks awesome. We see the shadow claws here, so clearly they're going to be introducing the new black market weapons from the multiplayer into this map as well, which is always cool to see. And then we see this drill thing drop in with a dead dragon in the background as well. Now, the interesting thing is that this thing, as it's drilling into the floor, seems to shoot zombies that are near it with like a bolt of electricity. And also, I mean, this effect here, the zombies kind of get almost sliquified, like they go purple and turn into gloop, and it's like, Oh, dearie me, is this like a Gersh Sliquifier mix coming out of a drill? Crazy stuff. Also, on the left side of the screen, Dempsey appears to be wielding the Raygun Mark III. Most likely. It looks like it could be a cross between the Mark III and a Russian version of the Wave Gun, which is super duper cool to see, but he's wielding it on the left side of the screen there, so that's awesome. We then see it again in the mystery box here. Really cool that that is something that we're going to be able to get in the box, and we also see the FAMAS in the box as well, and we also see the one and the only PPSH. Hell yeah, it's coming back, it's in the box, the hype is real. We then see our 4 heroes riding a freaking dragon. Yeah, who saw that one coming? Okay, most of us did, to be honest, but still, it's cool, it's happening, it's there, they're on its collar, riding it around the map seemingly, and it breathes a load of fire as well, which is super cool. And that's the end of the trailer. So, this has been my very quick analysis of what's been going on here, my quick breakdown. The full, hyper-detailed version will be linked in the description. It will be much longer. It features more perks, more insight into the map itself, more everything, more story, more Easter eggs. All of it is in there. Translations as well of all the Russian on the map. Everything is in that hyper-detailed breakdown, so if you're thirsty for more right now, if you are hungry, ravenous for more information, then click through to that link, and I'll see you very soon in another Zombies video. Make sure you're subscribed as well, and you like the video if this has been useful. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.